Hello everybody, I'm Chef Jeff from Smith. If anybody knows me, they know one of my favorite things in the world is a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. I will eat them all the time whenever I get a chance. They're the best. Okay, but what I'm going to do today is make a soup inspired by a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. We're going to be making Philly cheesesteak soup, or stew, or whatever you want to call it. We'll call it soup. Super easy to make. Let's get right into it. Okay, so what I've done is I bought my meat that I'm going to use is flank steak. This is the steak that I prefer to use in this recipe just because I like flank steak. If you cut it against the grain, so you'll notice it has grains that run this way. If you cut it against that and in bite-sized pieces, the pieces will be really tender. Even if you cook them a little bit past, you know, like medium rare or rare, the pieces will still be tender. So flank is perfect for this sort of thing. So what I did is I got those in my pan and I browned them, and then I took them out of the pan, and that's what I have right here is my flank steak that I seasoned with salt and pepper, browned, and then I took them out. So now my pan is ready for what I have next for it, and that is to add some butter because we love butter. And then I'm going to get my veggies going in that pan, and so I'm going to go my mushrooms, and then I'm going to go my onions. And these are just ingredients that you'd find in a normal Philly cheesesteak sandwich. Of course, the bell pepper. A lot of people like the green bell pepper on this sort of thing, but I really don't like green bell peppers, so I always go red because they're better, I think. And then garlic. And then what I'm going to do is just add some salt and pepper because you need to be seasoning as you cook. And then I'm going to go ahead and give that a stir. And then you would cook these for maybe, I would say 5 to 8 minutes, just so the mushrooms cook down, the onions get soft, and the peppers just get soft and everything. We'll pretend that that's happened. Once that happens, then we're going to put in some flour, and this is going to thicken it. So what we're doing here, you may have heard the term roux. So we're going to be making a roux with the butter that's in the pan and then this flour. So we're going to stir it until that flour absorbs all of that butter, and then that's when we're going to add our liquids. And what our liquids are a little bit of hot sauce, just a few drops of that. You could go more if you like it spicier. And then I'm going to go Worcestershire sauce because that works really well with anything beef. And then beef broth, the last liquid ingredient. And I just love these cartons of beef broth or chicken, because you can use part of it and then put the lid back on, throw it in the fridge. That's one of my favorite ingredients. You find this in the soup aisle at your local Smith's. So I'll give that a stir, and then what we want to happen with that is for that to come to a simmer. Which brings me to my pot over here, which that is happening. My vegetables are cooked, the broth is simmering. Now it's time to turn it a little bit better, kick it up a few notches, right? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add some heavy cream because I love heavy cream. You could go half and half or milk, but I say go full fat and let's do heavy cream, but do whatever you like. And bring that to a simmer, and then next go in my cheeses. These are cheeses you normally find on a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. I have American cheese and provolone. You could cut these up, but why? So what I'm gonna do is just rip them and put them into the soup. You could cut them up if you want to, but I don't. This is a ½ pound of each, and just get them right in there and then start giving it a stir. And as you stir it, they're just gonna melt right into the soup. And then at that point, that's when we're gonna add that beef right back in, which I will do here. Steak goes back in. It's just a few more minutes in there. I even had it a little bit rare before I put it back in. So once that cheese is melted, your soup is ready to serve. So that's what I have right here, is I have one that's done. So let's see what we did here. It looks super good. Look how creamy that is. Let's get some in our bowl. And this soup is very hearty, but we're gonna make it even more like a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. What I did was I got a baguette, and then I put cheese on it and toasted it in the oven. So I'm gonna put that on top, kind of like a crouton. So I'll put that on there, put some parsley. You can find all these ingredients at your local Smith's. Thank you for shopping. Thank you for watching, and we'll see everybody next time. Bye-bye.